All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Um, I want to start off this lesson with some scripture. This is Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And that's showing itself true right now, more so than any other point in time in this year or the last few years, last 10 years, right? Each day, things are just amplifying and just fast forwarding, you know? I mean, it wasn't but like 5 months ago where this devil, you know, Esau, Edom, so called white people, right? The so called white man came out and said they were needing a vaccine for this fake ass virus, right? And here we are, you know, 5 to 7 months later, depending on who you're talking to, and they've already started implementing it uh, overseas. And as of today, the FDA has approved one vaccine for use here in the United States, right? So this shit's moving so fucking fast from one day to the next. This shit will just make your head spin, you know? You go from some hearsay to it happening, you know? So here we go. This is as of 5 hours ago, CNBC, and this is just trending news on Google. UK administers first C19 vaccine to 90-year-old grandma. See, and they're going to make it seem like there's just no fucking problem with it, you know? And there's no telling who's getting what, all right? What they even gave this woman, and if that's going to be what they give you or other segments of the population, right? You can't trust these devils, okay? Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine is safe and effective. According to who? All right? Let's see. Look at this. They're attacking Israelites right here. All right? So, through all the bullshit, this is all about Israel. All right? And that's the spirit. LA County Latinos getting coronavirus at higher rate than whites. And they're going to keep pushing that. They're going to keep pushing blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Why? Because you are the children of Israel. All right? You, those three groups, along with the Israelite foreigners, right, who are descendants of Jacob, right, and his 12 sons, that can look like any other nation, that can look like any other race, right? But they descend from these individuals. Uh, you're the target, all right? You're the target. Esau, Edom, right, was Jacob's twin brother, and as the birthright was transferred from Esau to Jacob, right? When you read in the book of Genesis, right? Ever since then, Esau has been out to slay his brother Jacob. And you fast forward to today, those are his intentions, right? Is to very literally kill, right, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And those of you that he cannot kill, he wants to own, all right? Which is why he wants to inject you, which is why he wants to chip you, right? And then he can accuse you before the Most High, right? You know, and condemn you ultimately before the Most High. Okay? Okay. So that's what's happening right now. And that's what this lesson is going to be about. Also, you Israelites are folding. Y'all are out here folding. Shit's not even fucking hard. Shit is obviously fucking bogus. And Israel is just going along with the program. Even though at the beginning of this year, you know, you had, you had a good majority of the population out here, of Babylonians, of so-called Americans, they were questioning the fuck out of this virus, right? What is it? Where did it come from? You know, questioning the media outlets for their coverage. As soon as the talk about the vaccine came forward, people were questioning that, right? Another good example of you fuckers folding is this whole Biden President-elect Biden, right? It went from how the fuck do the Democrats only have this sorry ass fucking candidate, creepy Joe Biden, fucking pedophile, right? Senile as fuck, can't even talk. This is all we got to fucking work with, the Democrats said. You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who align yourself politically with this shit. And now, fast forward, that was at the beginning of the year, and fast forward to now you're all patting yourselves in the back because you voted this man in office, which is all bullshit. It's going to happen anyways. And now, you think you're in a good fucking case because in your mind, the guy you wanted was in office. When at the beginning of the year, COVID was bullshit. This vaccine was fucking questionable. And your presidential candidate outside of Donald Trump was a piece of shit. Now COVID's fucking real. Now we need the fucking vaccine. And now Biden's gonna save fucking America, bro. What the fuck happened? Even you low-level fucking peons out there, even you Edomites, you so-called white people, on the day-to-day, y'all all fucking flip the goddamn script, man, which is going to show, what goes to show how your fucking livestock, right? And your life is ultimately meaningless because you're claiming it to be fucking meaningless. And that the Most High's judgment for the majority of this earth and the majority of you nations and the majority of you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, Israelites, to slaughter you mercilessly, set you on fire, and for the heathen nations, put you in fucking slavery, you're earning that. You're earning that because that's what you do with animals, all right? That's what you do with abominations, okay? Animals, you raise them to get slaughtered, all right? Then you have animals that are what they call beasts of burdens, and we use them for work, like ox and horses, right? And donkeys and mules. Those are beasts of burden. So that's what the Lord's gonna do to you, heathen nation. Anybody outside of the nation of Israel, right? Get ready to become a beast of burden, right? For the nation of Israel, and nobody put you there but you, all right? And you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? When the torment comes, when the fire comes, when the famine comes, you're fucking starving. There's no fucking clean water, and there's nothing but rioting, looting, and violence out here. Mass rapes, right? Murders, civil war, race war, right? Just know that you asked for it and you fucking earned it with your fucking actions, right? By going the way of this fucking devil and by believing this motherfucker and by doing according to his ordinances, right? The line's going to be drawn, right? And you got to tell this devil no, right? The hour of temptation is coming, and whatever this fucker comes with, you're going to have to defy, right? And go against. But as it sits, all you motherfuckers are for it, man. You know? which goes to show that yes, the majority of you people out here, Israelites and any race outside of the Israelites, any nation outside of the Israelites, you're destined for destruction. But before complete destruction, you gotta go through torment and pain, man. Why? Because you have lowered yourself to a state of a fucking brute beast. And that's what you do with stubborn, brute, rabid animals. All right? Okay, this is Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. You're being fucking rejected. But you're earning it. You're doing it willingly. Okay? Because you're rejecting knowledge. Point blank, period. I work with a lot of Israelites, young ones who work and are in school. And of course they're going into medicine because that's one of 2 or 3 sections in society where you can actually progress financially, right? You got medical, you got educational, and then you got business. So of course all you little fucks that think you know something, that's what your focus is on. If you're not going to be a fucking nurse or a fucking, something in the medical industry, then you're a fucking teacher. Go figure. Or you're studying business. Wow. Did you come up with that all by your fucking self? Well, anyways, with that being said, all these Jakes, I've been asking them, though. I've been asking them one by one here the last few days, last few weeks. You going to take this vaccine. And it's not that they fucking believe in it. A lot of them have, months ago have expressed their doubt on the validity of this COVID-19, which is bullshit. It's bullshit, man. Flat out. Just propaganda. Fiction. All right? Completely fictionalized, man. Okay? And they've expressed their thoughts and their ideas on the COVID being fabricated. They've expressed their doubt in this vaccination. But now it's coming down to the line. I'm going to have to because my job. I'm going to have to because I'm in school. I'm going to have to because the company I want to go work for is already talking about mandate. I'm going to have to because I'm in education and the state-supported schools are going to mandate it. Y'all are all fucking folding, man. Y'all are never about shit. And with that, because thou hast rejected knowledge, that's Jake rejecting knowledge. That's Jake rejecting his own intuition. Knowing that this devil, this so-called white man, this so-called white race, Esau, Edom, according to the scriptures, is full of fucking shit. In your heart, man, in your mind, given their historical track record, given their current record, given their treatment towards blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, even to this day, and you're going to reject that knowledge, bro. Well, because you're going to reject that knowledge to keep on going with this shit fucking world, right? The Most High is going to reject you. And you don't want to be on the Most High's shit list, man. All right? Because he's the king of terrors. The worst thing that you can fucking imagine for yourself and for your loved ones is going to fucking happen, man. And all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai for that. All right? Because why? You've earned it. And you're completely, 2/3 Jakes out there, you're completely aware of what the fuck you're doing. Completely aware. The word is out. The truth of the scriptures is out. You have prophets all over the place, right? You even have, in the worldly sense, you have truthers and people trying to bring out the truth of COVID, of the vaccines, of the RFID chip, of the financial collapse. And you fuckers are ignoring every last fucking bit of it. Why? For the most vain of fucking reasons, man. But it's gonna cost you your fucking salvation. Alright? This is the kind of knowledge you are rejecting right here. And I brought this out, man. I brought this out plenty of times in front of a lot of different people. And to my face, as I'm reading it, they're rejecting it. Alright? How the fuck are you going to be willing to take a rushed vaccine from a medical industry in Babylon that's known to fucking murder people day in and day the fuck out? Okay? And the devil tells you himself. This is John Hopkins Medicine, hopkinsmedicine.org. Release date May 3, 2016. So this is 4 years ago. Okay? You got to dig, man. You got to be diligent. Study suggests medical errors now third leading cause of death in the United States. Let that sink in. Your hospitals, your clinics are not what you think they are. Your pharmaceuticals, your medicines, your over-the-counters are not what the fuck you think they are. And they're telling you. Analyzing medical deaths rate data over an 8-year period, Johns Hopkins patient safety experts have calculated that more than 250,000 deaths per year due to medical error. That is operations, procedures, medicine, you name it. All right? And that's their figure. There's outside sources and other institutions who have put that number at 400,000. All right? How many people have they said have died from the COVID here in Babylon, here in America? I'm just going to Google it. In the 1 year that COVID has supposedly been running rampant here in Babylon, here in America, let's see how many. 285,000 as of today. 15.1 million cases, 285,000 deaths in this year of 2020. 285,000, 250,000 in 1 year. Could these people just possibly, maybe, be being mistreated for a fictional illness with treatments and medicine that they don't fucking need and then dying because of it? This is the kind of knowledge you fucking Israelites, Salakia, you piece of shit blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because you're not Israelites, man. You have to come back to being an Israelite. And you haven't done that. You piece of shit blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who love this fucking world, who are listening to your oppressor, right? This is the kind of knowledge that you're rejecting right here. Numbers don't lie, man. It's in your face, all right? And that number is up to 400,000. So next question. Would a vaccine that is rushed, instead of taking 10 plus years to develop it, it took them 7 fucking months? Would that fall under medical error? If you take that shit, you fucking drop dead? God damn, man. And I'm sincerely fucking heated, man, because I have to deal with the ignorance of you fucking jakes day in and day the fuck out. I expect these devils, these so-called white people, Esau, Edom, I expect them to believe they're people. These are base individuals. They have no knowledge, no spirit, no integrity. Complete fucking beasts. I expect them to go with the flow. This is their kingdom, and they're supposed to support it so it can keep on going. Because if they don't fucking support it, that's the end of their rulership. But you blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, you're supposed to be separating yourself from these motherfuckers, right? And in these end days, where the Most High is drawing a line, you're supposed to be defying these motherfuckers, man. All right. Now I like this because I was looking for it. And I just knew because at one point, not that it means shit, but at one point in time, I was a student, so-called student of biology and chemistry, right? And I knew that just from previous knowledge that medicines in general take 10 plus years to develop, test, and then put out to market. Why? You need that time. You need that period of time, right? To see what the fuck the medicine's gonna do. And there's nothing you can do to speed that clock up. Unless you have a fucking time machine and you're in 2020 and you hop in that time machine and see what the vaccine is doing in 2030, and then you fucking come back and say it's good to fucking go, then there's nothing you can fucking do to approve some fucking bullshit vaccine and say it's alright to take. And none of these devil's medicines is alright to take, but I'm just saying from a worldly perspective. Alright? So I'm going to scroll down just to give you the date. It says last editorial review 7/14/1999. All right. So this is over 20 years ago, but nothing has changed because you can't change the time period in which things are tested. All right. Because you need that time period. You need to see what has happened to an individual or individuals that you have tested on over a 10-year period. And there's no way around that. You can get all the medical advances in the world and put all the money into it in the world, and you still need to wait 10 plus fucking years. All right? If I put a pot of water to fucking boil on medium heat, I'm going to throw dollars at it. Let me just throw dollars at that pot. Is it going to fucking boil any faster? No, you need to wait that fucking given time. All right? And you motherfuckers buy the bullshit of this stupid ass Operation Warp Speed. That's the first thing I hear you fuckers say, man. This devil tells you we put $10 billion in all the top scientists, and you really think that has rushed success. All right. So with that being said, medicinenet.com. Drug approvals from invention to market, a 12-year trip. Now let's cut to the chase. All right. First of all, look, let's pick this, man. Let's pick all the good information out of here. Only 5 in 5,000 drugs that enter in preclinical testing progress to human testing. All right. The chance for a new drug to actually make it to market is thus only 1 in 5,000. You got to let these numbers sink in, man. And understand that nothing has changed because it is 2020. Nothing has changed about this. All right? The process of drug approval is controlled in most countries by a government regulatory agency. In the U.S., it's the FDA. Everybody knows that by now. All right? Now I'm going to skim through this, okay? Preclinical testing. Right here at the bottom it says tests take on average of 3.5 years. Now we're going to add all this time together and it should come out to 12 plus years. New drug application, right? 30 days. Phase 1 clinical trials. And doctors have come out on television talking about this shit. All right? But of course, they're going to get censored and they're going to be told to shut up. Phase 1 trials take 1 year. So we're already at 4.5 years, bro. Just with 2 phases. Just with 2 phases. Phase 2 clinical trials. About 2 years. That's 6 years right there, man. Phase 3 clinical trials. 3 more years. All right? This ringing a bell? You can't throw money at those time periods because the time is actually key. You need that time for long-term results and side effects to show themselves. You stupid fucks. Like I said, you can throw $10 billion fucking dollars at a pot of water heating up on the stove. Is it going to start boiling? That pot of water don't fucking care how much money you fucking throw at it, man. New drug application. The average NDA review time for new drugs approved in 92 was close to 30 months. 2.5 years. Throw that on there. Phase 4 studies. All right? So, I mean, you get the point. By the end of it, 12 plus years. Now they say, I heard from a source the other day, now Salakia can't bring it out, but from what I remember, they say it's 10 years. So they've only been able to shave 2 years off of that. But on average, you have to test new medicine, which vaccine falls under that, right? 10 plus years. At what fucking point in the last 5 to 7 months has that changed? Why the fuck do you have two months worth of results on this fucking mystery ass vaccine and they're now implementing it in the UK as we speak? And I read a source that they want to start handing out vaccines here in the US by Friday. This Friday. This fucking Friday, in a few fucking days. All right? Third biggest killer in the US behind heart disease and cancer is medical error. All right? Your COVID deaths match the deaths per year by medical error. It takes 10 plus fucking years to approve a new medicine with proper testing. What the fuck is going on? Why the fuck do you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans believe this shit? It won't be long before Trump announced Salakia, I don't know how to pronounce that, as the top scientific advisor for the government's $12 billion Operation Warp Speed program to rush COVID vaccines, which you can't do. You can't do that. Like I said, a time fucking machine. In his Rose Garden speech on May 15, Trump lauded Sawi as one of the most respected men in the world. Now, this is the evidence they give as to why they were able to bring the vaccine out so fucking quick in a few months. Get the fuck out of here, man. This is something, according to they themselves and their academics and their scientists, right? This is something you can't rush. You can't throw money on it to rush, right? Because you don't have in existence a person who was tested on by these different COVID-19 vaccines who has lived for 10 fucking years to show any possible positive or negative side effects that doesn't exist. So why the fuck do you think they know what's going to happen over a period of time? That's why that time is essential. All right, Philippians 3 and 19. And I'll tell you why you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are doing this, and why you're going to do this, and why you're willfully ignorant, and why you're rejecting knowledge even though it's being put in your face, right? I'll tell you why, right? And there's a list. There's a list why. Because you love this fucking world. You're of your father, the devil. You love pork chops, sodas, going to the bars and clubs. I'm talking about sincerely love, right? Not to waste a few hours, once a week and drink a few. No, you fucking love this fucking place and all the fucking bullshit that goes on along in it. All right? This is Philippians 3:19. Whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly. Your God is not the God of the Bible. Your God is your belly. They're threatening your beer. They're threatening your bacon. They're threatening your shitty fucking groceries that you get from your shitty fucking grocery store that you pay with your shitty fucking check, right? To feed your fat, ugly wife and your fat, demonic kids. Right? Your God is your belly, okay? And whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things. You mind earthly things, right? And you have no consideration for your soul, right? And what comes next. And to that point, you have no consideration for the torment, pain, anguish that you're about to fucking experience by your own fucking hand. All right? Matthew 24 and 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of Son of Man be. And we're getting close to that day. Even these secular, bugged out Christians, wacky-tacky Christians know that. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, and that's why you're going to take the vaccine, so you can get back to your bullshit. Marrying and giving in marriage, to being two bloated fucks just in the world, loving, you want to aggregate debt, right? Have a bunch of demonic children, send them all off to the devil's college, increase the national debt, bury your kids in debt, in educational debt, with that financial aid, because God knows you ain't got a fucking account to put them through fucking college. Until the day that Noah entered the ark, all the way up into the day when the day of evil arrives, where your judgment day arrives, you fucks are going to be doing this. All right. Now this is First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men. Y'all are fucking wicked. Who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen. That means agreement. That means contract, right? That means you fuckers are going to do whatever it takes, get an agreement with your fucking oppressor, right? To keep going along, man, without any strife, without any sacrifice, right? And the Lord requires sacrifice, all right? Saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are around about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. You jakes don't like to suffer. You like to sit there, hot dog hanging off your fucking lip, smoking a blunt, drinking a fucking beer, simping on bitches on your phone, right? And you don't want to suffer in any which way, right? And because of that, you're just going to do whatever this fucking piece of shit tells you to do. As you reject knowledge, as you become a willful motherfucker, right? Wicked, invested into this world. You can't wait for the next fucking party. Can't wait for the next fucking blunt. Just can't do it, right? Can't wait to acquire more fucking debt. How much more debt could you possibly fucking want? And that's all it is. When you fuckers go out and so-called purchase things, right? Go acquire a house, send your kids off to college, get a new car. Debt, debt, debt. It's called deficit spending, man. All right? You have been fucking lied to, right? It's a trick. Okay? You got pride on you, and you got the pride of life on you, man. And this devil, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is the one who put it on your ass. Okay? But now, since you have the knowledge, the truth, and the understanding of the scriptures being given to you, right? Being brought out on a daily basis, being told to you, now you have no cloak for your sin, which means excuse. You have no excuse for your sin, right? So when the Most High God, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, sends his son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, along with his innumerable army of angels, to fuck you up, you're not going to have an excuse in that day. All right? And I'll end it with this. Another big ass reason you Israelite men, you Black, Hispanic, Native American men, right, are folding to this shit and are going to fold to this shit and are going to give in to the vaccine and eventually the RFID chip and the mark of the beast is you're a coward. In your heart of hearts, in your mind of minds, you're a coward. The scriptures say, put off the weak nature. All right? Bear with me. All right? And of course it's in the Apocrypha, because all the deep, nasty, big time cuts are in the Apocrypha, man. 2nd Ezra 14 and 14. Let go from thee mortal thoughts. All right? What am I going to eat? All right? What about Christmas? What about Gam Gam? Let go from thee mortal thoughts. Think of the kingdom. Think about Yahweh Shai dying on the cross for your wicked, disgusting ass. All right? Cast away the burdens of man. What about my check? What about my job? Put off now the weak nature. Those things correlate to fucking weakness, man. All right? Cowardice. Complete cowardice. Not wanting to suffer. Not wanting to fight. Not wanting to war against your enemy, man. In the time that was written of to do so, man, you know how many hundreds and even thousands of years went by with the men of the Lord and the prophets and the men who wrote the Bible and who are in the Bible and are spoken of in the Bible. How many of them wanted to see this time right now, right, to stand boldly against their enemy as they did in their time? And you men are going to get the opportunity to do it, and you fuckers are going to fold, and the bullshit excuses you're going to give is women, children, money, pork, soda, and beer, and blunts. Damn, you deserve everything that's coming to your ass, man. Just mercilessly, man. All right? Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai is the name of his son, right? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? And the descendants thereof that can look like any race of people, all right, are the true biblical descendants of the nation of Israel, right? The descendants of the 12 sons of their father Jacob, all right? The so-called white people are not white. They're the nation of Edom. They're the descendants of Esau, which is Jacob's twin brother, written about in Genesis. All right. The vaccine is not the mark of the beast. The vaccine will lead to the mark of the beast. You take the mark of the beast as an Israelite, your chances of salvation is gone. With that, I'm going to say shalom.